So today I'd like to talk about something I believe many artists go through: creative frustration and the pressure we put on ourselves. Just to give you a bit more context, I've been away from social media and posting for several months. Part of that was due to some personal reasons, but I've also been working, painting, and really focusing on expanding my skills because I reached a point where I felt like I needed to level up my art and content. I wanted to break through to something new, something better. But that mindset ended up putting a lot of pressure on me to perform, to push, and it kind of backfired. I found myself in this place where nothing seemed good enough. Looking objectively and comparing to where I started after over 8 years of working as an artist, I could appreciate how far I've come, but emotionally, I felt completely different. I'd get genuinely angry at myself for not doing better or being better, but better for who really when I'm the only critic, you know? Well, I don't think anger is necessarily always a bad thing. It's definitely a negative emotion, but sometimes it can help you understand what you really want and it can even push you to act. Still, too much of it becomes destructive, and all that pressure I was putting on myself didn't make it any easier to be creative or to become the kind of artist and person I wanted to be. So after realizing that, I've decided that's it, I have to move forward and just let go of this pressure I've been holding on to. I went ahead and re-listened to Julia Cameron's The Artist's Way book for like the 10th time. It's such a classic. I also made some practical changes, got some new supplies, reorganized my workspace, and attempted to fix my sleep schedule. It really helped to take a step back and decide on some new directions I wanted my art to go in, exploring concepts that were genuinely for me, not for who might judge them or not. Just looking at everything from the right perspective, so to speak. I also put together exactly what I wanted to improve on, technique-wise, for example, or like my personal nemesis, polishing and perfecting my work until it's overworked. Love when that happens. To get to a place where I feel more comfortable creating without holding myself back, it's still a work in progress, but I'm definitely making some steps forward. I read Richard Schmid's book, Alla, Prima. Loved it, by the way, got more excited. I tried out all kinds of new supplies, from oil pastels to chalk and silver leaf. I've been using gold leaf for years, but I've never tried the rose gold, or what's it called, antique silver leaf color. These are new to me. I finally started incorporating nature elements into my paintings that I've been wanting to do for over a year. Also, kind of a funny thing, I found this huge wooden panel in the storage room. I dragged it out, cleaned it, and used it as a surface to experiment with different brushworks and mediums. I ended up learning a lot more about my brushes, especially the new ones I got. These are some of my notes and pictures I made for my own use, just to remember everything, especially about dry brushing, which I now love. It's a new technique to me, as well as cobbling, but anyway. Comparison is a big thing. I've never really had a habit of comparing my work to other people's, but I think when we're not feeling great about ourselves or what we're creating, it kind of happens more. You start holding yourself and your work up against some ideal, and instead of feeling motivated, it just has the opposite effect, you know what I mean? So just focus on yourself and your own growth, your own process. It doesn't matter what others do, and you don't even know what their experience is like or what struggles they're dealing with. We can only see the surface level anyway, so let's not put ourselves through that. Let people do what they do, and we'll do what we need to do. Also, speaking of self-imposed pressure, just to give you another example of it, I even started over on a couple of paintings recently, scratching parts off, or even completely restarting on a new canvas, which was never my experience before. I think it did turn out better than on the first attempt, and I'm not against reworking things when you know you can improve them, but there is a limit to that too. It takes time, and you might end up exhausting both yourself and the original idea or painting. I'd like to feel more free to mess up and keep going and see it through, and if it doesn't work out in the end, to let it go, or maybe then do it again, but approach it differently. To experiment without being controlling every step of the way. So I let myself be more laid back. I mean, it's not like a one-time thing where you just decide and you're done. It's more like a practice, I believe, to remind yourself that you're capable, you have great ideas, and that the creative work isn't a surgery. It doesn't need that level of pressure. It's an expression of something in you, an outlet, and you can have fun with it. The creative process can often be messy, and I didn't like that, but that's really one of the best parts. I'm quite an organized person, and I like when things are perfect and neat and clean, but that's just unrealistic. And thinking about it, why would I even want that? Little accidents, unexpected color combinations, experimentation, letting go of old habits to make space for something new. All of that's great. Sometimes I wouldn't even start a painting I was excited about because I felt like I wasn't ready to bring it to life, that idea to life in a way that I wanted. Sounds ridiculous, right? You have the idea, the excitement, and the time. Just start and figure it out as you go. That's how it works anyway. You can't think through and pre-plan all the things in advance, so it's quite delusional to believe you can. You learn on the job. I wanted to share all this because if there is something you want to do, to paint, to create, go for it. Despite any feelings of inadequacy, it'll be fine. I read somewhere that one of the beautiful things about life is that we can always hit reset. Take a shower, make some tea, forgive yourself for past mistakes, make a new plan, and start fresh. Also, I hope it's encouraging to know that this is something so many people experience and that you'll get through it. I mean, if they can, why can't you? Take this video as a sign to be kinder to yourself, to your art, and to look at the positive. It's like that saying, what's wrong is always available, so is what's right. Let's focus on the latter. Keep going. See you next time.